Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be answering 5 questions on common mistakes people make when bringing home their new bird. So keep watching. Let's just jump into the first question. I wanted to surprise my new bird with lots of toys, but he seems frightened. Is this normal? Yes, it will be very normal because the bird is probably completely overwhelmed with the amount of toys in its cage. What a lot of people forget is that these birds have come from breeders or pet shops, so they may never have seen a toy before, or if they have seen a toy before, it may have just been minimal, 1 or 2 toys, and probably the same toys that have been in there for years, etc. It's recommended that you only place 1 or 2 toys in the bird's cage to begin with until they're completely settled in with their environment, and then of course after which then you can add more toys and change around their cage a little more. Which brings us to our second question. Can my new bird share a cage with my original bird straight away? And the answer is no. You never ever take an outsider and place him into your bird's territorial space. Every bird will have its own territorial space, and if you do so, fights can break out and your birds can actually stop the new bird from eating and drinking. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear that noise. That's my bird knocking his toy against the wall. Zazu! Okay, I think he stopped. Anyway, our third question. Is quarantine really necessary as my new bird I've picked out looks very healthy? Yes, quarantine is 100% necessary, and what a lot of people make the mistake of is that they will go to a pet shop or breeder and they will see that the bird looks very healthy and they'll think, oh, it's a fantastic breeder, it is a fantastic pet shop, they've got, you know, really good quality birds, really good quality stock, and I'm sure it'll be fine. And then that bird passes on some illness to the rest of your flock, and then you have got huge vet bills, etc. And many birds have obviously been lost this way as well. So the quarantine period is usually for 6 to 8 weeks. You would start the quarantine by going to your vet, and your vet would screen your bird for any major avian illnesses and of course give your bird a complete physical examination. After which then the quarantine period would start, where you would have your bird in a quarantine area completely separate from the rest of your flock, and in that 6 to 8 week period you'll be watching to see if any signs of illness manifest themselves. So if you put the new bird in with your flock too early, these symptoms can then show and of course pass on to the rest of the flock, etc. So for the new bird and for your flock, it is safer to follow the quarantine process, which time in those 6 to 8 weeks is a fantastic opportunity for you to bond with the new bird away from your original flock. You must remember, as soon as a new bird goes into the flock, they are going to be bonding with a flock member. Don't see quarantine as a headache. See it as a fantastic opportunity to bond with this new bird, and of course at the same time you're ensuring that your flock remains healthy, and so does your new bird. The fourth question. What environmental temperature is best for birds? And I can't decide whether I'm going to have my new bird indoors or outdoors with some of the rest of my flock. Right, so what a lot of people make the mistake with is that they do not acclimatize their new birds when they come. So if you have a new bird and you want to put it in an aviary, you have to go through the steps of acclimatizing that bird. You can imagine it is only used to indoor temperatures, and if you immediately put it outdoors, it's going to be obviously exposed to all the different elements, and you are going to end up with a very, very sick bird. Often birds that have not being acclimatized can actually get pneumonia. The best environmental temperature for a bird is around 18 to 26 degrees Celsius, which is 65 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Many parrots will feel very settled and comfortable in this environmental temperature. Which brings us to our fifth question. What healthy treats can I offer my bird during taming and training? At the moment, he enjoys chips. So, of course, as you probably know, junk food is extremely dangerous for your birds because it can bring on heart disease, obesity, fatty liver disease, diabetes, salt toxicity, etc. So never ever feed your bird junk food. Healthy treats for taming and training: nuts, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, Cheerios, cornflakes. There's some really healthy pet shop treats that you can buy. Different types of berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, all of those can be used for treats. What I do when I'm taming a new bird is I'll get a tray and I'll place a whole load of healthy treats on the tray, and I'll see which one my bird prefers the best, and whichever one he prefers the best is what I will use for the rest of his taming and training. So next week I'm going to be answering questions on parrot enrichment. I know this is a favorite of many people, so stick around for that one next week. Please guys, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and ring that little bell icon so that you don't miss any of my videos. I will be putting the links to my Facebook group down below, as well as my website. On my website you've got an email address, so you can also email me any questions that you may have, and of course on my Facebook group you can join and ask questions as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I apologize for my bird making so much noise, but what can you do?